Hey, y'all, stand up. Let's go. Push your chairs back, find some space. We're going to get some movement in, all right? Just follow along. Make sure you find a little space, have some side to side movement, and here we go. Side step.
Yeah, I've been through the fire, felt the doubt in my bones.
You guys just keep moving.
Had to stand on my
Adding
own.
some arm swings.
Every tear, every fall, every moment a scene.
All right, who's ready to bring in those knees? High knees. Yeah. Woo! All right, y'all. How about some butt kicks? Yeah.
This is Nicole.
Any movement counts, y'all. Just get up and move. Move your body. Move your arms. Let's go for another round.
I don't just talk it, I create the change. Helping you.
Are we moving?
We breaking the chains. I'm here to guide you, step into your light. Healthy, happy living, yeah, we claiming our life from the ground up. Yeah, we healing it all. When you're ready to rise, I'm the one that you call. Yeah, I'm the one that you call.
Catch your breath. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. How are you feeling right now? Is your heart racing? I hope so, because this is what happens to your body when you take 90 seconds out of your day to nourish your physical well-being. Your heart rate, it probably went up. That is your cardiovascular system getting a boost. Through movement, your brain just released dopamine and serotonin, your natural mood lifters. And your muscles, yeah, they woke up. Your energy shifted and your mind cleared. And if you have kids nearby who just moved with you, you just modeled joy. You modeled movement and you modeled permission to take care of yourself. So good job. All of that in 90 seconds. And that's all it took to nourish your physical wellness, your mental emotional wellness, and your social wellness. I'm Nicole Kaysing, wellness educator, speaker, author, and founder of Balancing Wellness. And I am on a mission to elevate the foundation of education by empowering you, parents, educators, caregivers, with the tools and the life skills to create lasting change in your life from the inside out. Because let's be honest, when educators thrive, their classrooms transform. When parents thrive, their homes transform. My work lives at the intersection of education and everyday life because I believe that wellness isn't something you chase. It is something that you build, you create one intentional moment at a time. And it happens right inside your home. At Balancing Wellness, we look at health through a whole person lens. 7 areas of wellness: physical, mental, emotional, social, intellectual, spiritual, environmental, and financial, occupational. And every single one of these areas matter, that all work together to create a life that feels balanced, purposeful, and full of joy. And what I've learned through years of teaching and research and raising my own children is this: the most powerful wellness classroom that you have access to is not the gym, it's not the therapy office, and it is not a workshop. It is your kitchen. I'm going to walk you through exactly how many areas of wellness are nourished just by inviting your children into that space with you. You might be surprised at just how many areas of wellness you'll nourish. I want to tell you a story. about how my food journey started. And I will tell you, I ate out of a cafeteria until my mid 20s and pretty much let people cook for me until my mid 30s. Yes, I was a food scavenger, if you will. And that did not serve me, especially when I became a parent. The kitchen was not a place that I enjoyed being because I didn't have the life skills to feel comfortable and competent in that space. I am not exaggerating when I say I literally lived off of charcuterie boards, cereal, peanut butter and jelly, whatever I could assemble, never cook. And that all changed when I became a parent. Yes, that was my turning point when I had kids. And I quickly realized that they needed more than that. I had to learn to cook myself. I had to learn to meal plan and to grocery shop on a budget. And all of these things as a 30 something year old felt very overwhelming to me. And we don't want that for our kids. So, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take you into the kitchen with me today and show you just how joyful this experience can be when we plan ahead, we prepare our space, and we let go of the idea that it has to be complicated, that it has to be perfect, and we just enjoy the connection with our children and we allow them the space to develop those skills for themselves. All right, are you ready? Let's get into the kitchen. The most important thing you can do is prepare yourself and your space because a little prep is what turns a stressful experience into a joyful one. For your environment, clean your counter. Pull out everything you need ahead of time, including ingredients, kid-safe utensils, plates, damp cloth to clean up messes, and lower things to the kids' level. The goal is to create a space where they can see, reach, and participate. You want them to feel like they belong there, not like they're guests in your kitchen. And for safety, use kid-safe knives and spreaders. No sharp edges, keep hot surfaces and cords and anything breakable completely out of reach. If you have a step stool, place it before you call them over. So there is no scrambling, simple, intentional setup changes everything. And most importantly, prepare yourself. Take a deep breath. Deep breath in, big exhale out. Release the need for it to be fast, clean, or perfect. Set your intention. Today, the goal is not efficient lunch. The goal is connection and growth. The mess is part of the lesson. So give yourself full permission before it ever starts. Because when you're regulated, they're regulated. One of the most powerful things you can do as a parent is give your children a real job with real responsibilities, not a pretend task, but an actual contribution. When kids feel genuinely needed, something shifts in them. Even your littlest one can contribute. Something as simple as placing the bread on the plate is a complete, meaningful task for a 2-year-old. You're teaching them, I have a role here. I matter here. Watch the concentration. Spreading requires focus, pressure, control, and patience. Your child doesn't know they're developing fine motor skills right now. That's the beauty of learning through doing. Your oldest can get a little more independence and a little more responsibility. Notice how their posture changes. That's pride. That is self-efficacy being built in real time. The belief that I am capable. That belief will follow them for a lifetime. When things get messy, and yes, it's going to be messy, just let it. Resist the urge to fix it or take over. Every time you let them work through the small challenges, you are strengthening their resilience. Social wellness. The moment you invited your child into the kitchen, you create connection. You were present with them, you built trust. That is social wellness. And for a child, that connection, that safety, that love from an adult is foundational to everything else. Mental and emotional wellness. Your child just completed a task. They followed directions, worked through the messiness, and finished something that builds confidence. That builds self efficacy, the belief that they can do hard things. Physical wellness. You cooked together and you're nourishing your bodies with food. You're also building their relationship with food, making it positive, hands on, and empowering. Kids who help make their food are more likely to eat it and develop healthy eating habits for a lifetime. Intellectual wellness, measuring, spreading, sequencing steps, making decisions, all of it activates their brain. And cooking is one of the richest intellectual activities a young child can engage in. Environmental wellness. You created a safe, intentional space. You taught them where food comes from. You made the kitchen a place of joy rather than stress. And that environment shapes how they see themselves and the world around them. Spiritual wellness. This one might surprise you, but spiritual wellness isn't just religion. It is about purpose, meaning, and connection to something greater than yourself. And when a child learns to nourish their body, to care for others by making food, to be part of a family ritual, well, that is spiritually grounding. And that is belonging. Financial and occupational wellness. You are teaching life skills, the ability to feed yourself, to manage a task from start to finish, to contribute to a household. These are building blocks for a capable, self sufficient adult. You are investing in their future every time you invite them into the kitchen. 7 areas of wellness, one kitchen, that is balancing wellness. And this is what I want every parent, every educator, every person who cares about the next generation to understand. Wellness is not a destination. It's not a perfect morning routine. It is the accumulation of small, intentional moments like this one. At Balancing Wellness, our whole philosophy is this: do the best you can with what you have and find your authentic balance point across all 7 areas of your wellness. Not perfection in one area, but balance across all. And it all begins with self awareness. All right, y'all. If being in the kitchen is overwhelming to you as it is to me, here's my suggestion on where to start. Start small. Start with the easiest thing you can think of, because at this point, it is not about a perfect meal. It is about getting started. So, peanut butter and jelly, ants on a log, maybe a charcuterie board, simply washing and cutting up fruits and vegetables, cheese, crackers, throwing it all on there. Let them get creative. This is a good start. This starts to build not just their confidence, but also yours. Let go of the idea that this has to be perfect, because it doesn't. The activity does not have to be complicated. Honestly, it is really not about what you're making in the beginning. It is about the connection, the life skills, the confidence, having fun, enjoying being in the space. Do the best you can with what you have. You don't have to go to the grocery store right now. You don't have to scroll Pinterest for the cutest, funnest, most amazing food ideas and recipes. Just start with what you have. Before you guys go, I just want you to know how grateful I am to have had this opportunity to connect with you and to share my story. And I want to take that just a little bit deeper before we go and tell you just how I got where I am today. Reality check. I was researching how to be a healthy, happy human, and I became the most unhealthy, unhappy version of myself I've ever seen. I was a wellness educator that could not feed herself confidently. And that was a disconnect. And there is a big, big difference between knowing something and doing it. And it wasn't until I really raised my awareness to just how depleted my tank was. My wellness was empty. I want to invite you to take my free quiz. It's called Find Your Balance. It takes just a few minutes and it will show you exactly where you're thriving across all 7 areas of wellness and maybe where you're running on empty without even knowing it. Most people are, and most people are surprised by what they learn when they take this quiz. And that is awareness. And that is where change begins. That is the first step towards a life that actually feels balanced. Now, this link is in your summit resources, but feel free to take a picture of the QR code now. This is my gift to you. It is totally free. I am Nicole Kaysing, founder of Balancing Wellness, and thank you so much for being here. Now go invite your kids into the kitchen because you have everything you need to help them thrive.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I've been through the fire, felt the doubt in my bones. Had to build my own path, had to stand on my own. Every tear, every fall, every moment unseen. Turn the pain into purpose, now I'm living the dream. I remember the days almost gave it away. Now I rise, now I lead, now I'm showing the way. This is Nicole.